New manager of the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers, Victor Estevez, joins us and just got done meeting the media. And Victor, welcome to Wisconsin and congratulations, Carolina League Manager of the Year last year, helping the Mudcats make the playoffs for the first time since 2008. How special was last season for you down in the Carolina League?
It was really special. Every time people mention to me the manager of the year, the only thing that comes to my mind is all the hard it's all the hard effort that coaches, players, and everyone in the Carolina staff did last year. I think it was outstanding, and it was a fun year for me, and I'm always gonna remember that year.
The prospects that get a lot of the publicity in the Brewers system are up at the top. We've talked about Jackson Chourio, Sal Frelick, Garrett Mitchell, all of the guys up at the top there. But you had some outstanding young prospects in Carolina the last 2 years that have kind of come through Wisconsin towards the end of the season. And that must be fun to get them at that level.
Yeah, it's always fun, especially when those kids perform well with you, and then they move to the next level and they continue to do well. That feels really good as a manager, because it's all about them. Every time you see a player perform well, it's always gonna cause you happiness in our heart. So like you said, last year, a guy like Luis Lara that was playing really good for me. I was sad at the moment because we were competing over there when he moved to Wisconsin, but at the same time, I was really happy, that he was able to move and then perform well here there in Wisconsin.
One guy who had a little bit of a cameo here in 2022, but really took a big step forward with you guys last year was Yadier Arenamo. Outstanding defense. He really picked up his offense last year. Just a little bit that you remember about Arenamo from last year.
Yes, he's a gamer. He's a guy that loves to play. He competes. He loves to win games too. Like he hates to lose. Every time we lose one game, that was the first guy to be mad on the road. But at the same time, he was the one that was picking everybody up. And then he's a guy that he's gonna make some good plays out there at second base, third base, and sometimes he can play a little bit shortstop. This year for him was I think one of the best year for him, because he was able to hit really well, and he was able to put some extra bases together. And I think Arenamo is going to be really helpful for us if he makes the team to high A.
I know it's February 1st as we talk. Opening day is over 2 months away. A lot can change. Just you don't really need to commit to anybody, but some names that might be in Wisconsin this year or that maybe can take a step forward at some point this season to come up and play in front of the fans here.
Yeah, like you said, guys are going into the spring training period where they need to go to Arizona, show up there and compete for a spot. But just watching at the roster, there's a lot of good names that have the chance to be in Wisconsin. Someone that comes to my mind is Luke Adams. He was a guy that played third base, first base for me, and he's a young kid that he plays like crazy out there. And he put on a show every time he go out there and compete. He's a guy that have a lot of power, and then he can play a little bit first base and third base. And also, like we mentioned, Arenamo got a big chance to be there and compete for a Wisconsin spot. Everybody who plays shortstop for me, and then there's a bunch of names that they might be a surprise for us to Wisconsin.
I'm glad you said Luke Adams because watching the Mudcats social media, they loved him on some big home runs late in the season in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, that was an outstanding. He did not play the first game of the playoff, and then once he played the second game, he hit a monster homer in down east. And then our last game, and we were losing, I think by 2 runs, and he hit a monster blast over the center field wall, and put us. He tied again at that time, I think, and then we had a really good moment. We ended up losing the game, but that group have a really good time last year in Carolina.
Victor, I guess we thank you for your time, and I just have one last question for you. What are you most looking forward to coming to Wisconsin this year?
First of all, is connect with our players, with our staff, with our people over there, because I know the Wisconsin area they really love to go there and watch some kids play baseball. It's connect to the people, know the Appleton area a little bit better, and then I have a big expectation that we are going to have a really good year, and we're all going to have fun this year.
All right, Victor, we really appreciate your time. Looking forward to meeting you in person down in Arizona and having you and showing off the ballpark, and more importantly, the manager's office and the home clubhouse here for you in the 2024 season.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for your time, and I'm really excited to to meet you guys, and I just want the season to start right now.
Us too. Thanks, Victor.